Imagine this for a moment. In the most powerful countries on Earth, there are decisions taken and operations carried out that not only enemy nations, but even ministers inside the same government never know about. History tells us that inside the most secret rooms of the state, plans are created which, if revealed, could shake the entire political order of the world. And among all nations, one name appears again and again in this hidden history: the United States of America. Since the end of the Second World War, America has become a power whose shadow reaches almost every corner of the globe. Publicly, it speaks of democracy, freedom, and human rights, but behind the curtain, another war has always been unfolding. This is not a war of tanks or armies. This is a war of intelligence, conspiracies, coups, and secret operations. Take Iran in 1953. At that time, the democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh decided to nationalize the oil industry, reducing the control of Britain and America. In public, the United States claimed to support democracy, but in secret, the CIA and British intelligence launched an operation known as Operation Ajax. Within months, Mossadegh was removed from power and the Shah was placed back on the throne. Years later, when documents were declassified, it became clear that many Iranian ministers and even several members of the US Congress had no idea this operation had taken place. Then came Guatemala in 1954. President Jacobo Arbenz began land reforms to benefit ordinary people, but these reforms threatened the interests of an American corporation. The CIA secretly organized a military rebellion that overthrew the president. Civil war followed, and thousands lost their lives. Yet at the time, even senior American ministers were unaware that such a plan was being executed in their country's name. The decisions had been made inside a small circle, hidden from democratic oversight. During the Vietnam War, America's secret operations reached an even darker level. In Laos and Cambodia, massive bombing campaigns continued for years, while publicly the government insisted that no war was taking place there. Presidents spoke of peace, while secret aircraft dropped thousands of tons of explosives. Many diplomats and officials later admitted that they learned about these operations not from official briefings, but from newspapers. The attempts to remove Fidel Castro from power read like fiction. Poisoned cigars, toxic pens, exploding seashells, almost every method was considered. Many of these assassination plans were designed by small groups inside the CIA, unknown even to much of the White House. Later investigations revealed something shocking. Sometimes even the president was not given the full truth. He was simply told that necessary measures were being taken for national security. One of the most infamous secret operations was the Bay of Pigs invasion. The plan to overthrow the Cuban government failed disastrously and embarrassed the United States before the entire world. Later, it became clear that crucial information had been hidden during the planning phase. Even President John F. Kennedy was not shown the complete picture. Decisions were taken within a closed circle where only a few were allowed to see the full reality. During the Cold War, secret warfare entered the human mind itself. Under a project known as MK Ultra, the CIA conducted experiments on mind control using drugs like LSD on unsuspecting citizens. For years, ordinary people were used as test subjects without their knowledge or consent. Even members of Congress and at times the Secretary of Health had no idea such experiments were happening. When the program was exposed, many documents had already been destroyed, ensuring that the full truth would never be known. In Latin America, government after government fell under the shadow of secret influence. In Chile, before the overthrow of President Salvador Allende, the CIA funded propaganda, destabilized the economy, and supported opposition forces. After the military coup, thousands were imprisoned, tortured, or disappeared. At the time, many American politicians did not realize how deeply their country was involved in the bloodshed. In Afghanistan, the covert support of the Mujahideen against the Soviet Union became one of the largest secret programs in history. Billions of dollars, weapons, and training were provided, while Congress was shown only partial figures. Years later, new militant groups emerged from this conflict, some of which would later turn against the United States itself. Those who designed the program understood its immediate goals, but few considered its long-term consequences. Before the invasion of Iraq, secret intelligence reports were prepared